I'm back on this doc. So this is a leadership meeting conference.
MG Quirk again.
From the director's message for NS. So this is related to the Global Network Forum stuff.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, this extended enterprise that they keep referring to is like Rumsfeld's total force.
That makes sense.
Like the DoD version of that was the concept of the total force. And the NSA's is the concept of the extended enterprise.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Chain training, that's new to me. I don't know if that's new to anybody else. Is chain training new to you as well, Susie? Or is that...
I'm just thinking that sounds like something to combat middle management loss. We've seen a few of these documents where they've announced like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 middle managers being replaced in one go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Usually when you're doing a technique like this, it's so that there's not 100% dependency on just the direct report.
That makes sense, yeah.
They're trying to create a bridge between the executive and the workforce. I don't know why. I mean, do you think it's possible, this is conjecture on my part, but maybe they were losing like middle managers in the wake of the Iraq invasion?
Well, they say, I'm reading the line where they're describing this, and it says that as well as passing along information to these lower echelons, it's saying to provide a more candid and open structure for discussing new issues and for expressing concerns. And so in my head, that connotates to me that they were having some issues with groupthink, where people were being too much like yes men and not giving constructive feedback.
Or that there was a ceiling.
Yeah, or it's these middle management leaders hearing, basically, to me, the way that reads is that lower level employees would be able to discuss, like raise concerns, raise issues without fearing some sort of retaliation, possibly, because it says more candid and open structure. And I mean, I guess you could read that as also just sharing information that otherwise might stay more classified or more restricted, but yeah, that's what sounded to me like it was a way for people to be able to raise basically stuff that might just be lost in the groupthink and the yes man mentality if they didn't have a program like this.
The fact they've highlighted issues and concerns, like they haven't said like to facilitate job training or to broaden people's horizons or in terms of learning more about other people's roles. You're correct, they've specifically said it's for discussion of issues and expressing concerns.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is interesting. It makes me wonder, specifically related to this time period.
Yeah, like what problems were people wanting to bring up? Or I mean, for me, if they're having to implement that, then something must have gone wrong that was easily attributable to a yes man groupthink mentality that then they had to kind of combat, because there's no way they were doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They were doing it for some,
And at the same time, the director's address is expanded on the concept in they've given the reference from the document, Iraq, our plan to support the evolving national strategy. So it makes you wonder what type of pressures are on the workforce at this time, because we know that they had limited space and limited resource. We know that they were overworked, like working massively. We know from the overtime document.
Yeah, exactly.
That they were working dangerous amounts of overtime.
Absolutely. Yeah, so could have definitely been concerns along that line, like work condition concerns. Absolutely, because if you're in the NSA and maybe people were fearing retaliation, so they weren't speaking up. I don't know. I think to speculate on what the exact issue would have been, it would require being more speculative than we could really back up. But it's definitely interesting to me that they had that in place, because it does suggest there was some problem, whatever type of problem it was.
I don't think that there's enough information to write it up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Independent point, because all corporates have these types of programs or types of initiatives. But yeah, it's contextual.